Once again, greetings, ladies and gentlemen. And I always remind myself that if that is not a description, at least it is our aspiration. What the world needs now is more ladies and gentlemen. That's right. I stand by it, for sure. Interesting ideas is what we're trying to do every day. Try to do something that will make you more interesting. Because you have interesting ideas, and because you have interesting ideas, you hopefully will have greater influence, and you'll have greater insight into how the world works. You'll put that together, and then you'll have greater impact. And in having greater impact, you will have greater income. And income is not just money. It certainly is that, but good things can come to you. Some of them far more important than money. But all of that is a part of income. And you got the subject right. You read that. Do you want to audition for a part in our play? Do you want to audition for a part in our play? And you say, Stan, is this theater arts? Oh, no. It may be partly that, but this is a business enterprise idea. If you want to build a business enterprise, you need to know, do you want to audition for a part in our play? Well, obviously, I've got a story to tell you, and that's what I'm going to do. An interesting idea in the form of a story, and that program, hey, it begins right now. Do you want to audition for a part in our play? And one time I was coaching a young woman who was actually at the reception desk of one of my clients. And she was brand new there, and in effect, she was doing a good job. And she served me well, and after I was done working with the client, I went out and said, introduced myself and told her why I was there. And she said, well, I'm not really, haven't been hired yet. I'm a temp worker, and I really like this job. I would like this job, but I don't know. I'm just a temp worker. And I said, well, do you want the job? And she said, oh, I do. And I said, well, I think you'd do a good job of that. And here's what I'm going to suggest you do. Go to my friend, the boss, and you simply say to him, you know, I'm enjoying this work, and I would like to audition to have a role with you in your business. I'd like to audition to have a role in your business. She looked at me. I said, you're right. You know, like you audition for a part in a play. You want a part as a role in this business. And she said, do you think I should do that? And I said, well, I know him. He'll take very kindly to that. And I think he may even understand what you're all about. And next month I came back, and there she was. And she smiled at me and said, it worked. It worked. Of course it did, because she did the smart thing, the right thing, and the way we should do business today. Now, do you want to audition for a part in a play? And that is what I always ask. And now, in your business, so should you. I oftentimes say, don't interview, audition. And throw away your resume. Throw away your resume and learn how to audition for a part in the play. Now, all of this comes down to a very familiar book which you need to read this year. It's over 20 years old now, and they have revised it, but my good friend Jim Gilmore and Joe Pine wrote a book, and you need to know this book, The Experience Economy, Work is Theater, and Every Business is Stage. Now, did you get that? Work is theater, and every business is stage. And among many of their challenging and groundbreaking claims is that indeed business is drama. It's like a play. Now this is a rich and compelling subject, and you need to read their book, and you also need to read part of my book, which is called The Difference Is You. And it's a guide to performance marketing, how to market yourself by performing, by auditioning. And you are always auditioning. Every time you go to work, you're auditioning for another part, another role, and more power to you, and perhaps more things you can play. Now, one of the things I did in regards to this, and it's now old, and I might bring it back again, but it's a kind of an old little production I did, but let me tell you what it was called. It was called What Having a Cup of Coffee in a Lexus Has to Do with Marketing You and Your Business. That's right. Now, think about that. What having a cup of coffee. Now, think about the most famous coffee maker in the world now, okay? And think about that fine, fine automobile called a Lexus. What having a cup of coffee in a Lexus has to do with marketing you and your business. And if you'd like to know more about that, and we have a number of up-to-date presentations, why don't you reach out to me? Sure, at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com, and I will very much introduce you to the idea, which is not brand new anymore, but unfortunately, we need to be reminded all the time that this is not an economy that is the old products and services. It is now the experience economy. In fact, it's more than that. It's the entrepreneurial experience economy, in which you have to think of yourself as a self-employed entrepreneur, no matter what job you have, and you have to realize that you are in the business of creating experiences for people that are memorable, make them happy, and actually make them pay just a bit and maybe a lot bit more for the service or the product that you've presented to them. So, that's the point. I want you to think about that. Now, let me go on and let me tell you a little bit about how this works out. You are not seeking employees anymore. You are seeking performers, players, dramatists who are on stage and seeking to please the audience. Got it? So every day when we come to the office, we should greet each other with the old stage line. Break a leg, because we are all on stage, and we need to perform at our very best so that the audience will pay us well, so they will come back, and most importantly, they will also recommend us to others. You got that? They will be so happy, they will pay well, they will come back and recommend us to others. So literally, in my organization, and I've taught this to very good organizations, they've tried it and they found it extremely successful. At the PTM group, we do not, and at my present company, What It Takes Radio, we do not conduct interviews. What I do is I produce a video, and it outlines what we expect, what kind of performance, and I tell them a lot about what we are doing just in that 7 to 10 minutes, and then I say to them, would you like to audition for a role at our company? Would you like to audition for that? And then let me know. And okay, if they're curious enough, they send an email and they say, I'd like to audition. And here's what I tell them. Okay, we're not going to interview you, but I assume that you've learned about our company and read up about our company and know something about our company. What I want you to do is when you come, there will be 3 people sitting in 3 chairs, and there will be a small stage there. And what we want you to do is we want you to give a performance, and we want you to teach us tell us, show us, and demonstrate how you can best help our company. That's what I want you to do. You're on stage, and you have to take that time. You'll have about 5 to 7 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, a bit longer if you want, but you're going to audition and make a presentation as to why we should employ you to give you a part, to give you a role in the play that we put on for our clients and customers every day. That's what I want you to do. And I prefer that you demonstrate to me that you can do this for me in the immediate future. Do you see the difference? Now, obviously, some of them are too frightened or they just don't want to do that because that'll take some work. And how are they going to do that? But I have seen some remarkable people who got it. And they showed up. And they were ready. And they brought some props with them. And they even brought some, demonstrations. They showed some of the things they had done. And they put on with the idea, how can you make a difference for our company? Please audition for a role. It's like I point out very simply, whatever you think of her politics doesn't matter. But one of the greatest singers in America, past century and still, is Barbra Streisand. And I love her singing. But at one time, this rather, as she says, rather awkward and somewhat homely little Jewish girl from Brooklyn got a chance. She sat down and some guy said, "Okay, sing." That was it. And she sang. And you know the rest of the story. And all of us, in many ways, are in a world that Barbra Streisand was in many years ago. All they cared about was, can she do the work? Can she do it? Can she sing? And she auditioned. And all of us are in the world of auditioning right now for parts in great plays, working for great companies, or perhaps auditioning to people who will come and be a part of our company or buy from me and my company. We are all in the business of auditioning. So, think about that. Just give that some thought. Right now, the world is very, very different, and you're going to have to understand that if you haven't understood it now, 2022 is a good time as we go into 2023 for you to understand the power of the new entrepreneurial economy. And read the book. Perhaps you want to read my book on how to market yourself. And we're going to actually be having a class called The Marketing Life. Because everything you do is how you market you. And it's how for you to be able not just to market your products or your services or your company. Before people buy your stuff, they have to buy you. So we have to teach you how to market you and how to do it well in what I call the individual entrepreneurial experience economy. Everybody's on stage. Everybody has a show they have to put on. Everybody has an audience they have to reach. And one of the reasons we teach people how to do a podcast is because it is in podcasting that you can truly demonstrate how good you are. Don't describe what you do. Demonstrate how good you are. And then there are all kinds of other things that you can learn this year about how you can gain the courage and the creativity and the self-confidence to know that whatever happens in this economy, you have the gift and the ability to stand up, look tall, be sharp, poised, and be able, in front of the microphone, in front of the camera, in front of the audience, that you can demonstrate what you can do to help build a better business for you and for those you serve. That's the deal going forward, and we'd like to see if we could help you do that. Please think about it. We'll be back. There we go. By the way, as I'm saying every day, you have a voice. It's time that you use it. You have a voice. It's time that you use it. You need to learn how to do the art of perhaps writing words, speaking words, and performing words. Writing, speaking, performing. And that's what you're going to have to get good at going forward in the year that's before us. Not only do you have to make a difference, but to make a difference, you're probably going to have to be different. There's more we can help you with, your company, your own personal frame of mind. By the way, if you are in any way involved in education, make sure that all of your graduates know this, no matter what they are in. They have to learn that they're going into an entrepreneurial experience economy and that you can help them do just that. Reach out to me at stanhouston@gmail.com, stanhouston@gmail.com. Best and blessings. Always close with a benediction. It's a great experience for everyone. Take care. Till next time, bye for now.